All right, let's dive right in because what happened to Jasmine and her daughter Zara on that Horizon Airlines flight is the kind of story that sticks in your head. Not just because it's outrageous, but because, yeah, it could have been any of us sitting in those seats, wondering how the hell we ended up here. You ever had a day that started with pure excitement and ended with you questioning if you even belonged? Well, buckle up, because that's exactly what happened to them. So, picture this. Zara just turned 12, and her mom surprised her with first-class tickets for a flight from Chicago to Atlanta, a little gift after a rough few months in the family. It was supposed to be special, a treat to celebrate and distract from all the tough stuff back home. They're just settling into those big leather seats, eyes wide at all the fancy perks, when Bethany, the flight attendant with that pasted-on smile, comes strutting down the aisle. Right off the bat, Jasmine could tell Bethany wasn't really there to make them feel welcome. "Let me see your boarding passes again," she snapped, like she expected to catch them in some lie. Jasmine just hands them over, keeps it polite, but the tone is already set. Yeah, that happened. The weirdness keeps simmering, but Jasmine tries to let it go for Zara's sake. They're halfway through the flight, turbulence kicks in, and Zara spills her Jacino. Big deal, right? Except Bethany storms over and makes a whole scene about it, basically shaming Zara out loud. This is why kids shouldn't be in first class. Meanwhile, the white guy across the aisle spills his drink too, and Bethany's suddenly all gentle. "Don't worry, sir. Let me clean that up for you." You see the pattern, right? Jasmine does too. When she stands up for her daughter, Bethany leans in, lowers her voice, and delivers that classic line, "You know the 1 inch, maybe next time the main cabin will be more appropriate for you." You don't need a dictionary to figure out what she meant. Now, Zara's just sitting there, eyes filling up, her special birthday trip unraveling in front of everyone. Jasmine tries to comfort her, but the damage is done. Other passengers notice one guy in a business suit starts recording everything on his phone, give Jasmine a little nod like, "I got your back." But Bethany keeps at it, skips their row when handing out cookies, points Zara to the economy bathroom, even though the first-class one is empty, throws out not-so-subtle threats about having security meet them at the gate. When the flight finally lands, Bethany tries to make a show of maintaining order, letting everyone else off first, then telling Jasmine and Zara, "You may proceed now," with that fake smile tone. As they step onto the jet bridge, the man who recorded everything introduces himself as Dr. Peterson. He hands over his business card, offers the video, and promises to stand as a witness. For the first time all day, Jasmine feels a flicker of hope maybe someone's finally seen them. But the hits just keep coming. At baggage claim, their suitcases are damaged or his purple bag ripped open, family heirlooms missing from Jasmine's. The airline staff couldn't care less, treating them like troublemakers. Even airport security brushes them off, making it clear that unless they can prove this was about race, there's nothing to be done. You know what I mean? The world got a million ways to remind you you're not supposed to make waves. At her mother's house in Atlanta, Jasmine finally lets herself break down, telling her mom Patricia everything. Patricia, who's seen this all before, reminds her that the fight isn't new, but now they've got something different: witnesses, evidence, a network. Jasmine makes calls to the airline, to reporters, to advocacy groups running into corporate stonewalling at every turn. Horizon Airlines offers her a $100 voucher, hoping she'll just go away. When she refuses, they raise it to $5,000 with an NDA. But Jasmine wants more than hush money. She wants answers. She wants policy changes. She wants to make sure this never happens to another kid. And just when you think it's all slipping away, there's a twisted teacher at Zara's art therapy class, sees the pain coming out in her paintings, and connects the family to a local TV producer. Suddenly, the stories on the news, the videos viral, and other families start coming out of the woodwork. People who dealt with the same Bethany, the same airline, the same brush-off. Dr. Peterson steps up again, refusing a payout for his silence. Rachel, a whistleblower flight attendant, risks her career to leak internal documents showing a pattern of discrimination swept under the rug for years. The movement grows. Jasmine builds a network, gathers evidence, uncovers secret employee files and legal settlements, exposes Horizon's playbook of denial and deflection. The stakes get higher: corporate PR blitzes, threats, even smear campaigns against Jasmine herself. But her coalition keeps pushing, bringing in attorneys, union reps, government officials. Finally, Jasmine gets through to Anthony Harris, the FAA director with a personal reason to care. He launches a full-scale investigation, and Horizon's executives panic, offering her $50,000 with no NDA, then threatening to interfere with the investigation when she refuses. The case goes public Senate hearings, whistleblowers testifying, company secrets spilled. Horizon's leadership falls, new regulations are written, and airlines nationwide are forced to confront the real costs of discrimination. Jasmine uses part of her eventual settlement to launch a nonprofit for transportation equity, turning personal pain into public progress. But it's not just about Jasmine, is it? Zara, once terrified to fly again, find her own voice through art, through testimony, through simply refusing to accept that she doesn't belong. Patricia's resilience, Dr. Peterson's courage, Rachel's integrity. Each person proves that standing up matters, even when the world wants you to sit down and stay quiet. So, what would you have done if you'd been in that cabin, seeing what Dr. Peterson saw? Would you have recorded it or just looked away? And what do you think? Was Bethany just a bad apple, or was Horizon Airlines rotten all the way through? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share your own stories if you've ever stood up or wish you had. And if you think this fight for justice matters, hit that like and subscribe to keep these stories coming. Because the truth is, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is just refuse to let injustice slide by unnoticed. One voice: Jasmine's, Zara's. Maybe yours can start a chorus. And that's how real change finally gets off the ground.